Hello, and welcome to episode 20 of the Mindful Knitter podcast. My name is Claire, and I am your host. If you are returning, welcome back. I'm so happy to have you here with me again today. And if you are new, then welcome, and I'm so happy that you found the channel. This channel is primarily about knitting, which might be self-explanatory because of the title. But we talk about just a lot of yarn, very enthusiastically, and other crafty related things too. So even though it is mostly knitting, it's also crochet. I haven't done so much weaving yet, but maybe at some point I'll do more weaving things, a little bit of sewing every once in a while. But those things really just get like mentioned here and there. It is primarily about knitting. Yeah, almost exclusively. And yarn, just so much good yarn. Today we do have a little bit of like variety, but today is a little bit unusual in that regard. Typically it's just yarn, but today I've got some like pretty things that are not yarny but are crafty. So welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. And if you are new, just so you know, I am coming to you from the southeast of the United States, where I live with my husband, Alex, our two Great Danes, Murphy and Nolly, and my two hamsters, Crema and Darcy, who are highly antisocial. But I've talked about them in past videos. I think that's pretty much all I have to do for the intro. Oh, except for where you can find me. If you're interested in connecting on any place besides YouTube, you can find me on Instagram as the.mindfulknitter and on Ravelry as Mindful Knitter Pod. And we do have a Ravelry group as well, which is, I think it's just the Mindful Knitter podcast group. Pretty sure. Instagram's probably the best place to like chat, besides just leaving comments on the videos. Instagram's a really good place to chat and connect. And then we do have Zoom knit nights as well too, pretty regularly. I'm gonna let you guys know when the next one is scheduled. I don't have one scheduled right now, but a few people have suggested that maybe other people could host besides just me, and that they would be happy to do that. So if anybody's interested in that, that's good to know, because we can maybe offer that as an alternative for the days or the weeks that I'm really busy and I can't make knit night, but the rest of you guys want to meet up and chat and hang out and knit together. So yeah, we do have knit night fairly regularly, once or twice a month right now on Zoom. And just if you're ever interested in that, I'm happy to provide you with a Zoom invite so that you can join in on the fun, because it is so much fun. Oh my gosh. So yeah, those are all of the things for the intro. Welcome. Happy to have you here. I'm a little bit scattered, I feel like, today because I am operating on more of a timeline than usual. My life is so crazy busy right now, which maybe I'll talk about a little bit at the end, if there's time. But yeah, things are just crazed right now, and I'm trying to fit this podcast in where I can. So it's going to be a little faster paced, probably, hopefully, if I'm not too distractible. It'll be a little faster paced than usual because I'm going through quite a lot of things. But I do need to do it now because I'm not going to have time for like another 2 weeks to be able to do it. So I wanted to go ahead and get it out to you guys now. Yeah, because if I did it 2 weeks from now, it would just be like even more stuff and it would be unimaginable. So, we're doing it now. We're doing it fast. It'll still probably be around an hour. So what can I say? I am loquacious. My podcast episodes, I can't get them. I don't think I'll ever be one of those 30-minute podcast episode people, even though I admire them so. All right, so we're going to do finished objects, works in progress, needle adjacent things, and acquisitions. And I've got some acquisitions this week. Unexpectedly so. I have quite a few acquisitions. So let's get in. I'm trying to look at my notes to make sure I didn't forget any important intro information, but I think we got it all. Yep, got it all. So let's just get into finished objects. So what do we do first? Let's do my test knit first. So these were a test knit that I did for Naughty Girl Crochet. These are her broken rib shorties. And I knit these on, I'll say it one time because this is how I knit all of my socks, so I'll just cover it the one time. I knit these on DPNs using 3 US 1s, 3 US 1s, and 2 US 1.5s, because that is how I get the perfect tension for my socks. Trying to knit around or squirrel around with the knit count or the stitch count goes awry, so I've just found that doing a little mix of needle sizes helps. And you can't tell, of course, at all that I use 2 size needles in the finished object. It looks perfectly fine. So these are really fun, very easy. I definitely recommend these if you want to do a patterned sock and you haven't, or a textured sock and you haven't before. Or if you want to do a like shorty sock and you're not really sure exactly how to do it. These were really quick, easy, simple. I will say that the pattern instructions were probably geared more towards people who are a little familiar with socks. They've knit at least one pair before. But you don't have to be a sock knitting expert. So these were simple, very easy, quick to knit up. I really enjoyed them. And all of the information about notions, yarn, well, there's not tons of notion-y stuff, but yarn makers, you know, if I mention anything like of note, I do put it in the description below the video. Also, all of my ways you can connect with me, like through social media and stuff, that's all in the description below the video as well. So yeah, if you need any information about stuff, check the description below the video first. And if your question is not answered, feel free to reach out and I will answer any questions that you have. But yeah, so these were knit on my DPNs. The main color is Knit Picks Stroll Fingering on the Frolic, in the Frolic colorway. So we've got these really pretty little blues, greens, teals, gold, yellows, pretty little color mix. And then the contrast teal I did in a Nanette Wake Studio one of a kind fingering weight yarn that I don't have a label for. So these were fun. These were quick. They were satisfying. Yeah, I'm happy with them. So those will get so much use. And I don't have anything else to say about them. Because I'm trying to go quick and not get too distracted. The second finished object that I have for you guys today, I'll try to not like feel like I'm manically rushing through everything because I don't want it to feel stressful. So I'll try to rein it in a little bit. But those are fun. I liked those. I don't have anything else to say about them. Second finished object, before I forget, I'm wearing it. So this is the shirt that I made up as I went. Yeah, I didn't really particularly use a pattern for this. It is very loosely based off of the Dive Tee by We Are Knitters, because I wore that in, I can't remember which episode I wore it in now, maybe a couple back, because I had finished that a month or so ago. And it was great and I really liked it. The fit of the shirt is wonderful. So I modified it very heavily and knit this up. So this is, again, loosely based on the Dive Tee. The weight of yarn is different. I cast on a different stitch count. I did a lot of stuff different. So yeah, for all intents and purposes, I made this shirt up and I definitely made it up as I went. I kind of had a vague idea of what I was doing going into it or what I wanted to do, but it evolved. It evolved. So let's see if I can kind of get this. Oh gosh, it's always so hard to show you guys garments that I'm wearing. So yeah, this is it. This is my, I don't know what to call it. I don't really have a name for it because there isn't a pattern name for it, but I did a, you can kind of see a scalloped border, scalloped edge in crochet on the sleeves and the bottom because I kind of wanted a little bit of like a scalloped edge because I like scalloped edges on like store-bought things. So I was like, I'll just do that on my handmade things. Yeah, this was I did garter at the bottom, then some steed stitch. I did stockinette going all the way up until I got to here, and then I did a little bit of seed stitch before transitioning into garter up here, and then I kind of gradually switched to the blue color up here. Yeah, I don't really know how to, I did like a crochet kind of like edging around the top to kind of get this smooth and neat around the collar. Don't really know what else to tell you guys about it because it really is just an amalgamation of different yarny things. But I like it. I do like it. At first I was unsure about it. I couldn't tell if I really liked the scalloped edge or if that was too much. And you know, if I decide it's too much as I wear it, then I'll just take it out and redo it in a plain like straight bind off kind of thing. So right now it's not bothering me. Right now I'm just enjoying it, so I think it'll be fine and I'll probably keep it. But I like it. I think I'll particularly like it. I do kind of like it with the black leggings or black yoga pants situation. That's nice. This is super soft and cozy. I'll talk about the yarn in a second. So I do like it. It's really great for wearing in the summer, indoors in particular, which is what I was going for. I'm cold all of the time. As I'm getting older, I have noticed I overheat more easily when it is hot, like if I go into a sauna or if I'm like out in like 90-degree weather. I overheat now, and I never did before, but I'll get like really dizzy and nauseous and I'll feel like I'm about to pass out, and I don't know what that's about. Maybe I'll ask my doctor. But I'm always cold, typically, particularly indoors. And in the summer, I'm always cold inside because everybody's got their air conditioning jacked up. So I wanted this to be something that was breathable, was free and pretty light and soft and nice, but would keep me warm when I'm indoors in the summer. So I don't love trying to layer on sweaters and stuff in the summer because I just did that all winter. I don't really want to do it again. And it's not always necessary. Like, it's cold enough that I need some warmth, but it's not so cold that I need to like layer up. I don't know if that makes any sense. This was a really good like way to meet that need. Yeah, because it is almost like a pullover because it's pretty thick, although I did a fairly loose stitch on it because I did want it to be breathable. And then with the garter, that's pretty open. Also, I haven't blocked this yet. So all of this garter I think is going to get like opened up a little bit. And this will get a little looser and a little flowier. The sleeves will loosen up a little bit because this is all cotton. So this will expand when it's blocked, but it fits fine pre-blocking. So I figured I'd just go ahead and wear it. And it'll just fit differently post-blocking. I'll give you guys maybe an update on what it's like after I block it. I forgot where I was going with that sentence, but it's good. I like it. Let's talk about the yarn. So the yarn that I used, oh gosh, bending over is hard. I keep saying I'm going to get a table to make this easier. And then I keep not getting a table. I'll just continue reaching onto the floor to get things that are out of my reach. So what did I do for this? I did Juniper Moon Farm, the Cumulus yarn. Again, all this information will be down below in the description below. But this kind of khaki color, light tan kind of color is the Lancelot Encore colorway. And the Juniper Moon Farm Cumulus yarn is Israeli Mako cotton. I don't know if it's Mako or Mako, but it's Israeli Mako cotton. It's 94% cotton, 6% nylon. It is 251 yards for 100 grams. Although the yardage, I feel like that yardage sounds a little deceiving. It knits up. It is a round, it is a plump yarn. So it is, I would say, Aran to chunky. It's like an Aran to chunky. It's definitely bigger than a worsted weight, I would say. I'd say Aran, maybe chunky. It's very, very light. It is a super lightweight yarn, and I think that that's it. So it's got a lot of like air and fluff in it. So I think that's why there's a little more yardage within the 100 grams. If that makes any sense. I had to size up my needles quite a bit when I was knitting with it. So yeah, just keeping that in mind. It is a bigger yarn than I think what the yardage implies. I think that there's a lot of yardage in the 100 grams because it takes a lot of this stuff to weigh 100 grams because it's a very light, fluffy, airy yarn. It's beautiful and I love it. The rainbow that you see here, which is what originally inspired me, I saw this in a yarn shop and immediately wanted it, and I decided, oh, I want to make a shirt with it because I want to wear this rainbow yarn everywhere. This beauty is it's the Juniper Moon Farm Cumulus, Cumulus Rainbow in the Lotus flower colorway. So these are gorgeous. And then the blue that I used is Evie. I think it's pronounced Evie. Sublime. So, okay. Sublime, the luxury brand by Sirdar. Evie. I got this for $1 in a sale bin during a huge sale at Dixie Knits in Pensacola. And this is also a cotton, and it's almost exactly the same. It's like 95%. I don't remember. I can't find it right now, but it's like 90-something% cotton and like very little percent nylon. It's almost identical to the Cumulus as far as those specifications. I don't know if it's Israeli cotton or if it's just cotton, but it's beautifully soft. Gorgeously soft. It's really hard to describe with mere words how soft and fluffy and just gorgeous this yarn is. It was like knitting with a cloud. I enjoyed it immensely. I do have some more of this yarn. I don't have it like within easy reach. I've got some more. Oh, I think it's over there. I've got some more of this yarn that I have shown in previous episodes of the podcast that I was saying I was going to knit a shawl out of, and you will notice I did not knit a shawl out of it. I got real distracted and I never ended up knitting that shawl. But it's just it's so gorgeous. I can't wait to knit with that yarn again. I don't know what I'm going to do. I think I am going to do a shawl with that yarn, although I don't know. It's really freaking nice wearing a shirt made out of this stuff. Like, let me tell you, I'm cozy AF right now, without being like overly warm. It's perfect for summer. It's that perfect like in between kind of deal. So I recommend wearing or knitting yourself up a heavier weight cotton short sleeve pullover for the summer if you haven't already, because this is glorious and I'm so excited to wear this all summer. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say about this particular piece. I think that's all I've got on it. So let's go to the next one. But yeah, very excited about it. This is my second shirt that I knit for the summer. Super pleased. So next object, I said I wasn't going to get too distracted and talk about stuff too much, yet here I am. Socks are quick though, and this is socks. These are beautiful socks. Look how happy they are. Behold, they're rainbow beauty. I love them. These are both yarns. The contrast and the body of the sock are from Nanette Wake Studio. She's a genius of a yarn dyer on Etsy. All she does are one-of-a-kind colorways. So you can't get this anymore. You can't get this anymore. She dyes small batches of one-of-a-kind colorways. And then, you know, a week later, she's got new ones because she sells out of them because she's amazing and everyone wants to buy her yarn. So yeah, this is the sweet and sour apple. The rainbow one is sweet and sour apple, which I don't think is available anymore. This is the pink's a one-of-a-kind colorway. Her fingering weight yarn is a beautiful, soft. It's so soft. It is a beautiful composition of 85% superwash merino, 15% nylon. There is 218 yards and 50 grams. And I do typically, for her skeins, buy 50 gram skein because I'm usually making socks with them. A 50 gram skein gets me a pair of socks just like this. And it's possible, I've never tried it, but it is possible that I could have done it without the contrast heel. I do have some yarn left. Not tons though, so I don't know if I could get away with a pair of non-shorty socks without a contrast heel. I don't know. Well, I say that. I might. It's real close. That could be enough yarn for me to get 2 heels out of. But I've never tried it, so the mystery continues. Yeah. Beautiful. I've knit a pair of socks and used this for contrast heels, and I still have this puppy, so I still have quite a bit of this guy. I think this was a 100 gram skein. No, it couldn't have been. Maybe it was. I don't know now. I bought this a really long time ago, but it's a beautiful yarn. You can see the little speckles of orange within this super highlighter pink yarn. It's really great and perfect for little contrast bits on things. Although I did knit a pair of socks out of it a bit ago, and they're beautiful socks and I love them. So yeah, these are very special and exciting for me because one of the motivators for, so one of the things that motivated me to knit socks to begin with, that made me want to try knitting socks, was on Mina Phillip from the Knitting Expat podcast. She, in her very early podcasting days, had knit a pair of socks from a hedgehog fiber sock yarn in a colorway that was similar-ish to this, and I completely fell in love with them, and I really wanted those socks. And then my quest for knitting those socks began. So I started knitting socks in August last year, so almost a year ago now. I knit my very first pair of socks, and we have finally come to the pair that sort of sparked it all. So I love this yarn. Gorgeous spiral pooling that really almost, it's a fun spiral pooling because you can see it's almost stripy in nature, but it's like a speckly stripe. So really fun, really fun. I liked these a lot. I'll wear them all summer and probably for many years to come. And they make me super happy. So hooray. Socks for days. I think those were my only finished objects. Oh, no, I lied. I spun some yarn. Oh, I do spinning too. So if you're new, sometimes I talk about spinning, and sometimes I post episodes, or I guess they're like spinning vlogs of me spinning yarn, because I have a Kiwi 3, an Ashford Kiwi 3 spinning wheel, and I like to spin yarn. I'm new though. I just started spinning a few months ago. So yeah, I spun up some natural undyed merino. I would have to look up the exact, I don't remember exactly everything about this yarn. I have it written down somewhere, but I thought I would bring it along and show it to you because it is a finished object. But yeah, I do have all the information written down somewhere. It is super fun and squishy, and there is actually more of it than this because I had it on 2 bobbins when I plied it, because It's a little on the bulky side, but that's fine for what I am wanting to use it for. I was trying to spin it a little bulkier, but that's fun. So I've been doing a little bit of yarn spinning the last couple weeks. And then this guy, oh my gosh, this guy. I need a sip of the hot chocolate before I talk to you about this guy because I'm weirdly excited about it. Disproportionately excited, you could say. So this guy, I showed this a few months ago. I got this at Joann. It's the Scrub Off Sugar and Cream Cotton kind of dish yarn in the linen colorway. And this stuff's freaking magic, you guys. Oh my gosh. In Knit Night a few weeks ago, maybe a month or two ago at this point, I was asking, we were talking about knitting dishcloths and crocheting dishcloths. And I was like, I don't really get it. You can just buy a dishcloth. I know I can just buy socks too. So like it is not lost on me that that was a silly kind of thought process. But that was my thought process, is I was like, why would you make your own when you can just buy them, or you can use a sponge? Now I know why, because someone was trying to tell me like, no, we just like to make things that we could buy because we just want to make things. And sometimes we run out of stuff to make and we're just like, yeah, I'll make some washcloths. Two, they work wonderfully. And I didn't get it until our dishwasher broke a couple weeks ago. And so I've been hand washing everything. And the other day somebody used one of my sponge for something really gross. And now it's not usable. It needs to be thrown away. And I don't have any more sponges. And I had all these dishes in the sink that I needed to clean. And so I was like, well, I've got this like dishcloth yarn. Like maybe I'll try it out and see what the hype is. These little buggers are freaking magic. Magic, I tell you. I don't know what it is, but apparently when you get these little cotton fiber bits wet, they become little grime destroyers, and they just go through your dishes pillaging and destroying everything they come in contact with. And then they don't get gross. And this particular yarn has the added magic of like these little scrubby bits. So like every time I knit up one of these little guys, I have these little buggers who just want to like pick up everything, but in a soft, gentle kind of manner that doesn't damage any of the surfaces. And then it's got these little scrubby bits here for like just a little bit of extra scrub. It has never been so easy to wash dishes, ever. It might be magic. I really don't know. I don't know if a person could convince me that it's not magic. I don't understand how these work. It's just phenomenal. I'm never buying another sponge again, ever. And it's so superior to just regular washcloths. This guy knows his business. He knows. And I don't know if it's the same for like Knit Picks Dishy or like other, what's another one? I think like either Red Heart or Lion Brand, they have like a cotton dish kind of scrubby thing too. I don't know about those guys. They might also be magic. They might all be in on this secret together. And I never knew. These guys are great. And like, it doesn't look, I was afraid that this light color would look gross from washing all these dishes, and it still doesn't look gross. So I'm knitting up that whole cake. I'm going to just make myself a bajillion of these. I do think I'm going to do, you can see I kind of knit it at, or I crocheted it at a kind of a larger gauge. And so I do think I'm going to crochet it with a smaller hook next time, just to get it a little less like floppy when I'm washing with it. But I'm just going to crochet up an entire battalion of these guys, have them in the drawer next to the sink, and just every few days just toss the used one in the washing machine and pull out the next clean guy, and we're gonna save the planet and have the cleanest dishes the world has ever known. If you haven't tried this stuff and you have not crocheted or knit yourself these little washclothy things or the dishclothy things, like, you need to. Don't walk, run to the store, get you a cake, and make some of these little guys, because your dishes will never be so clean again. It's so good. I was so excited, as you can probably tell. Yeah, this was just like a revelation. I don't know what I've been doing with my life up until this point, but it wasn't eating off of perfectly clean dishes. I can tell you that. Although I will be happy to have my dishwasher back again, let's be real, because it like sanitizes it at like high levels, high temperature steam stuff that I can't, even this little guy can't do that. So not to disparage him, he's excellent, but yeah, these were great. So I am a big fan. Okay. Those are my finished objects. So let's get into works in progress, shall we? So works in progress. I don't have tons and tons to show you for that because I've got 3 things to show you. So I guess I have my normal amount of things. So never mind. I'm a dirty liar. So, okay. I got stuff off my needles. So I have less works in progress than I did before, but I still have plenty. I'm looking at my time to make sure that I am not going to be late for my work meeting. Nope. Should be good. Great. All right. So first we got some socks. And this is my favorite project bag right now. Happy Mermaid Yarn Co. Isn't it delightful? It's so cute. So this little gubbin, I am knitting on the same DPNs I told you about before. The mix of the 1.5s and 1s. And I did not grab the label for this yarn. I meant to and I forgot. Oh well. Life goes on. So this is a Lion brand sock yarn. I think, it's like Cozy Toes or something about toes, I think. It's Lion brand yarn, something about toes, I'm pretty sure. And this is the knee colorway, like spelled like the anatomical knee, like Knee. I don't really know what. I don't know of any knees this color, but maybe I just haven't met as many knees as I need to. Who knows? It is a self-patterning kind of ordeal. So far, we have this fun little stripy cuff, and then we've got this pink that like gradiates down into like this orange, and then we're getting into this kind of like darker pink that's going to be starting soon. So this is a more like rustic kind of feeling yarn. It's not particularly soft. But in my experience so far, when I'm knitting with a more rustic feeling sock yarn, after I wash it, block it, it softens up nicely and kind of plumps up too. So I'm hopeful that that will be the case here. Yeah, nothing really special to say about it. Knitting socks seems to be going well. Next work in progress is a little bit more exciting, although I do love my socks. I'll talk about this later. My sock mojo is starting to like, I'm not losing my sock mojo. I'm just not sock crazed anymore. Like I went through a legit like sock obsession for a bit. So that's just coming to, it's just easing off a bit, but I'm still knitting socks all the time. So it'll never truly be gone probably. Right now I'm all about them shawls, guys. So, okay, that's true. This is for a mystery knit along. This is for the Florida road trip mystery knit along. So if you don't want to see the object that I'm about to show you, and I'm sorry if you just saw a sneak peek of it, please like erase that from your memory if you want to. Don't look. I'm about to show you my progress so far, my Florida road trip mystery knit along by Really Clear Designs. Don't look if you don't want to see and have the surprise ruined for you. I will make it very clear when it's safe to look again. So this is your warning. Don't look now. I'm showing it. I'm showing it. Okay, here's what we got so far, guys. So super, super fun. So every 2 weeks they give us a new clue, and you can, it's kind of like a, choose your own adventure sort of deal, where they give you options. I'm going the main route or for the knit along, and so I'm just knitting every panel that they give in the order that they give them, pretty much, more or less. But you can do alternate routes where you like don't knit some of these things, you just do duplicates of the other things, or you like kind of change the order up, or you know, completely go against whatever colored recommendations that they have given, or, you know, whatever. You can do whatever you want. But they give so it's just a very well thought out mystery knit along, I think, because they give you enough options that you can do what you want to, but they give you enough guidance that you're probably not going to mess it up and completely create something that looks ridiculous. I think they have a very good balance of mystery and guidance. And the designs have been great. So you can see we've got 4 distinct kind of stitch designs, which have not been blocked, because that'll happen at the end. And this is super, super fun. I am loving this mystery knit along. It's my first one I've ever done. And I love it. I love it so much. And I'm all about the shawls this summer, apparently. I'm going to mix in knit chat, I think, a little bit with showing you guys things, because I think that'll be a more efficient way to do the episode. So as I'm getting this yarn to show you, so I was originally going to be participating in the Crazy Sock Ladies Summer Sock Camp this summer, because I'd been looking forward to that for a really long time, and I had never gotten to do it, and I really wanted to. But as the summer unfolded, I was realizing my sock mojo was starting to like go decline a little bit, while my shawl knitting mojo was intensifying by like leaps and bounds. So what I think is going to happen is I think that this is going to be the summer of shawls, not the summer of socks, and that's okay. I am not really participating in the summer sock camp. I'm still knitting socks, but I'm not really participating in that knit along, because all of my like passion and excitement is really towards the shawls that I'm knitting right now, and the shawls that I'm going to continue to be knitting throughout the rest of the summer. And I think that's okay. I don't have a problem with it. I've got lots of socks. I don't have lots of shawls. So I'm just gonna go with where my passion is. It's my hobby, so I can do what I want, I guess. Yeah, so it's the summer of shawls officially for me. So this is by Big Sky Yarn Company, the yarn I'm using for this knit along. Big Sky Yarn Company. This is the color Cool Beans. It's on, all 3 of these are on their Star Sock, which is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 463 yards and 100 grams. So this is Cool Beans. I'm almost positive. These have gotten separated, so I could be getting them mixed up. But I'm pretty sure that one's Cool Beans. Oh, Toes in the Sand is this guy. This is Toes in the Sand, which is this really pretty variegated guy. I've talked about these in past episodes too, so I'm not going to go into them tons and tons. Just for the sake of time. This guy is Summer Storm, this really great dark navy. Beautiful guy. And then this one is St. Lucia. Just like gorgeous, kind of cerulean blue. So yeah, those are the 4 colors I'm doing for this mystery knit along. They recommend doing a dark, medium, and light color yarn, and then 1/4 color that's like a pop that can be either a totally different color or whatever you want, or like a variegated yarn or whatever. It's just a pop. So it's safe to look again if you have been looking away. Yeah, so that is what is going on for the mystery knit along for the Florida road trip mystery knit along. This is their little flyer that I keep nearby so I can show you guys what I'm doing. I do update pictures and stuff on Instagram, and now that I'm participating in mystery knit alongs, I'm trying to do like a spoiler alert as the first picture and then show my project, so that I don't ruin the surprise for people. So if you see that I'm posting a lot of pictures of like that like Jeep or whatever, flip to the next image and that's where the project is. Nectar of the gods. That's what I think about hot chocolate. Nectar of the gods. All right, for my next guy, this is the last work in progress that we got going on. I do have a 4th work in progress. I showed it last time. It's my Flora Days shawl by Laura Dobratz, something like that. I apologize if you're watching this and I've mispronounced your name, Miss Laura Dobratz, Dr. Dobratz. I don't know what your title would be, but anyway, great pattern, super easy, super fun. I'm knitting it on the Emma's Smalliday Kit, my advent calendar yarn from this past Christmas season. It's glorious, it's beautiful, it's soft, it is a work of art that I feel very privileged and honored to get to play with. So if you want to check it out, the last episode 19 of the podcast is where I show that, talk about that some more. I'm almost officially halfway through it now, so that'll be good. I have a feeling that shawl will be finished by the end of the summer, possibly this month. If we'll see, it might be finished by the end of June. We'll just see what happens. So this is a crocheted guy that I, again, am making up as I go because I never learn. You know, I discovered patterns this past year and I started finally knitting with patterns. And I love knitting with patterns. And then what do I do as soon as I have some sort of crazy idea? I just try to make it myself without any kind of pattern. I have no explanation for myself. I have no explanation. I am how I am, I guess. But making this up as I go. To my credit, however, this is also based on someone else's pattern, so I'm not totally making it up from scratch. This is will be a crocheted shirt based on the Cirrus tee by, oh gosh, Expression Fiber Arts. They have a pattern for this available for purchase. I just came across the tutorial video for the pattern and watched it. It's short, very well explained, very well done tutorial video. And it is the Cirrus tee, like Cirrus like clouds. Apparently we got a whole big thing going on with my Cumulus shirt tee and my Cumulus shirt and my Cirrus tee. Yeah, and it's basically, it's a very simple, I don't want to talk too much about it because it's based on their paid for pattern. But I didn't buy their pattern. That's why this is just based on it. I just swatched and did math and then kind of came up with my own sort of MacGyvered version, I guess, of their tee based on their tutorial, and then me just doing some math to figure out my cast on number and that kind of stuff. So this is what I've got so far. It's super quick. The edges are not very neat because I am not an expert crocheter. I'm not really an expert knitter either. Let's just be real. But I'm definitely not an expert crocheter. So this is kind of all janky all over the place, but that's okay because it's going to get seamed together at the end. So all that jankiness is going to disappear. And then I'm going to block it, and then it's going to do block magic, and it's going to be super disappeared. So yeah, so this is what we're working with for this. I think that this will be cute when it is done. We'll see. I'm trying to decide, I'm almost done with this portion here, and I'm trying to decide what I want to do for like a little border edge dealio at the bottom. I do have some more of this color, so what I might do is I might add some more of that color down at the bottom. We'll see. We'll see what I do. But I like it. These two yarns are from Yarn Bee, Hobby Lobby brand. It is the Spa colorway for the blue. So these are both the Yarn Bee authentic hand-dyed yarns, and the multicolored one is Cloudy Indigo, and the blue one is Spa. For the Cloudy Indigo, it is 400 yards and 100 grams. It's 50% superwash merino wool, 50% lyocell. I don't have the tag anymore for the Spa one, but it is, I think it's 80 or 85% superwash merino and 15 or 20% nylon. I can't remember precisely, but this one does have a higher wool percentage than this, which I can tell definitely in the yarns. And you can tell too, just by looking at this, that like this one is has like a shiny kind of sheen to it, whereas this one has a pretty matte kind of normal sort of look to it. So yeah, I think this is coming along nicely. It's crocheted, so it is super fast. And I'm enjoying it. I have not yet knit with a fingering weight yarn, so I'm having fun with that. Yeah, I'm enjoying that a lot, and I think that will be done fairly soon as well. And it'll be a great top to wear for the summer. What I particularly like about that one is so light and so open. So I could throw a tank top under it and wear it to like work if I wanted to, or I could just do like a kind of neutral colored bra under it and just wear it as like a very open kind of t-shirt, like out and about, especially if I'm going to be like outside where it's really, really, really freaking hot. And that way I can kind of like have lots of airflow and kind of be able to cool down a little bit. It'll be great for beach wear and stuff too. Or not beach wear, but like beach environment clothing. So, okay, cool. That covers my works in progress. So next segment, needle adjacent, needle adjacent projects. That's the next segment. Oh boy. And again, looking at my time. All right, so I'm gonna try to do this a little fast. So needle adjacent project is another shawl, and it is in an acquisition. How gorgeous is this bag? How beautiful. This is a handmade patchwork quilted bag by, oh no, who's it by? Golden Bee Quilts on Etsy. And how beautiful. The liner is this beautiful green with blue stars, and we've got a quilted patchwork pocket on the inside and mystery yarn. But this is a beautiful bag that I had been wanting. I didn't realize how big it was online. Oh, one of my DPMs. An escape artist. How did he get away? There's no escape for you now. Stuck him in a ball of yarn so he can't get out again. I've been wanting this for months, and it's been favorited and on my Etsy cart for like months, and I just finally broke down and got it because I love this bag, and I look at it every single day, and I like sometimes hug it once a day. I'm in love with this bag, and look, it even has a cute little bee. So incredibly precious. I love this bag, and it opens up nice and wide. I love it. The only thing I would maybe change about it is that there's no sort of closure for it. So it's possible I might add some sort of button situation up here to be able to like kind of close it and keep it closed. But I don't know yet. I might just leave it the way it is. It also smells lovely. So whatever she does to wash her fabrics and things is delightful. So I love this bag. This is a very exciting acquisition. You can see the beautiful fabrics that she used. I do think she has one of these left in her shop. I'm pretty sure. So if you want one, I think she has one in her shop. But what is in this bag, even though I really love this bag, it really makes me happy. If I had more time today, I would like go on and on about this bag. So, okay, what's in it? Needle adjacent project. Helen Stewart from Curious Handmade podcast is hosting a mystery knit along this summer, and I didn't know she was doing this. I thought she wasn't doing, because she's kind of taking a year off this year. She's still doing stuff, but she's like really decreased the amount that she's doing because she needs a little bit of a break, which I think is perfectly understandable. Sometimes we need a break in life. So I didn't think she was doing a mystery knit along this summer. Well, she is. So long story short, I'm participating in that shiz because I've never done a Helen Stewart pattern. I adore all of her patterns and I really want to knit them, but I have not done one yet. And so I'm enjoying the mystery knit along. I'm doing so much for the Florida road trip MKAL. And so why would I not do a Helen Stewart MKAL? Tell me why I wouldn't. You can't. There's no reason. Of course I'm doing it. Yes. So hers is the Miss May MKAL. She's got a group on Ravelry. She's got the Instagram hashtag. And then I think she's kind of posted about it on her Facebook group, but it's not hugely, I don't think she has a super active Facebook presence. So yeah, it's been so cool so far to see everybody's yarns. I'm about to show you my yarn. So again, if you're participating in the Curious Handmade Miss May MKAL and you don't want to see my yarn, look away. All right, and I'm also a little bit on the fence because I don't know exactly what I'm going to, oh no, one of them's coming undone. Little rebel. So I'm definitely using these two guys, like 100% I'm using these two. These are Nanette Studio in her fingering. This is Tainted Love and this is Sentimental. She might still have these in the shop actually. So if you want to check them out, go for it. Yeah, beautiful. I love this like creamy white that's in this guy. So these are being used. This guy is also being used. This is also a Nanette Studio. It's a one-of-a-kind colorway. It has no name. So it's kind of tonal with like a tiny, like very subtle sort of variegation because we've got some other little tones in there. And then I'm pretty sure I'm using this guy. This is Plush Blush. This is another yarn bee. The authentic hand dyed. This is 420 yards and 100 grams, 100% superwash merino. The spa might have been 100% superwash merino too, actually, as I think about it. I think it was. So the blue one from the crocheted top I showed you, I think it's 100% merino, superwash merino. So this is like a very lightly speckled, rosy blush kind of color. And then what I'm thinking is that I'm going to use this beautiful alpaca guy. This is 75% alpaca, 25% polyamide. This is the Juniper Moon Farm Harriet Fine in Silverstone. It's baby alpaca and it's gloriously soft. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah, I think that's really beautiful. So I might just be doing these guys for my shawl, which I think would be beautiful. So I've got these two pretty heavily speckled pinks with a little bit of variegation in at least one of them. Got this tonal gold, this very lightly speckled pink blush, and then this solid silvery gray. But I don't know if I want this guy. Not this guy, this guy. This is Wonderland Yarns, Pigments of Imagination, Mary Ann, in the White Rabbit colorway. Yeah, color number 00. Yeah, I don't know if I want to have this guy in there. It's a very like pale cream. It's a very warm white. You can think of it as a very pale cream or like a very warm white. And I don't know if I want that guy in there somewhere. So we'll see. We'll see. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start knitting it up whenever the MKAL starts on June 7th. It is currently June 3rd. So I might kind of make some decisions about which yarns I'm using as I am knitting it, as I see how the pattern is kind of evolving. But those are the options that I've pulled from my stash. Those are all yarns that I really wanted to use for a shawl, and I really like them together. And I think it'll be perfect for a Curious Handmade shawl pattern because her patterns are so like, I immediately think cottagecore is how I think about them, but they're so charming and they are very cottagey and cozy and very feminine and a little bit whimsical, and they're lovely patterns. So I really like those colors for that. So, yes. I did tell you I was going to share with you a couple other acquisition things, so I'll do that real quick because I do have to go. I'm going to have to save the knit chat that I had for today for the next episode, which is fine because it's not time sensitive. But I told you I was going to show you these acquisitions, so I'll show them to you very quickly. I went to a flea market this past weekend, and I picked up this skein for $4. Super fun. It is Wildfoot, hand paint Wildfoot luxury sock yarn, 75% washable wool, 25% nylon. It's a 50-gram skein. It has 215 yards. This is the Bluegrass colorway. It's from Brown Sheep Company Incorporate. Yeah, and I don't know if this company still exists, if this colorway still exists, nothing about it. I got it at a flea market. But this is going to become Alex's socks. So I'm pretty pumped about that because I'm always happy when I find a good sock yarn for making someone else socks because I have a lot of socks of my own. I'm getting into sewing, so I got some fabric while I was there too. This is beautiful cotton yarn. I got a yard of this. I got a fat quarter of this adorable chartreuse with little bird footprints on it. How cute is that? And then I got this cat fabric, which I thought was so good as a knitter because he's wearing a little knit hat and scarf. He's got a bird on his head too, which is sweet. But I thought that was cute because it kind of combines like my knitted woolen gubbins with beautiful fabric. So I kind of like those three together. We'll see. I may or may not use them together, but I did like them together. And these are going to become they're either going into a quilt or project bags. Or other some such things. So those are really exciting. I was really happy about that. I also got these beads just for making a necklace with, these are beautiful beads. I really liked these. And then I also got these beads. I can't find one. I'm missing one, so I'll just show you these two. These are also glass beads that have little like glass, they're flowers. They almost kind of remind me, not really exactly Murano glass, I guess, but yeah, so little glass beads. And I grabbed a few of these and I thought they would be really fun and pretty to pop into a prize for the podcast. So you might see one of these guys in one of the prize packages for giveaways or other such things on the podcast in the future. So that was super fun. Yeah, so those are the things I got at the flea market. I had a good time there with my brother and my sister-in-law and my nieces. It was great. So, and my sister-in-law's mom was there too, and I like her. She's really delightful. So we had a good time. I think I have to pause it here for now because I do have to go get ready to do some work because I do have a meeting that starts pretty shortly. So I will just save the knit chat stuff for next time, but it involves us doing another make along. So be on the lookout for that. We are going to do a very fun magical make along starting in July. I'll give you more information about it later. That's your teaser. So those are all my things for today. I've got to go and do some real work instead of just play with yarn and have fun talking to you about it. But I'm so glad that you joined me today. Thank you so much. I feel like I don't say it enough how much I really appreciate you guys. I've never had yarny friends or a yarn community before, and I don't want to go into it right now because I'll end up getting emotional, but it really means so much to me, and I am just so incredibly grateful for you. And for today, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I will talk again with you guys soon. I'm going to Wisconsin this next week, so I'm going to be doing probably a travel vlog for that. that will show, you know, what I'm bringing with me to work on, you know, me knitting things, working on things on the plane while I'm traveling, going to a yarn shop while I'm there. I'll have acquisitions, I'm sure, from said yarn shop. So that's something to look forward to as well. I got a travel vlog coming up. And in the next podcast episode, I will talk to you guys more about make-along news and plans and just what I've been up to over the next 2 weeks. So I will see you guys again soon. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day, wonderful weekend, wonderful evening, wherever you are in time at the time of watching this. And I will talk with you guys next time. Bye.